If you're a football fan and you can't appreciate the magic that Patrick Mahomes produces, you're not really a fan. Since he was drafted, the kid's been surprising everyone with his unorthodox play and creativity on the field. After just 6 seasons, Mahomes has cemented himself as one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history. Today, we're going to explore his latest achievement and how his consistency is making people take him for granted. First up, quarterback royalty in 2022. 2022 became the season that cemented Patrick Mahomes as one of the best to ever do it, considering he's already made it to the upper echelon of quarterbacks in the NFL, and the man is showing no signs of slowing down. In such a short amount of time, quarterback Patrick Mahomes has etched his status as one of the best at his position in recent memory. We'll agree that his first season should have warned us about the greatness to follow, because he did win his first NFL MVP in his first season as starter. Now in 2022, with fellow quarterbacks Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow, he's among the favorites to win the award. If you ask us, there is no surprise that Mahomes is making history. He's been showing immaculate levels of skill for some years now. After his stellar Week 15 performance against the Houston Texans, Mahomes recorded 35 passing touchdowns during the year. This puts him in the top grade, as he is now one of 5 quarterbacks to ever throw for 35 passing touchdowns in 4 or more seasons. The best part about this is that Mahomes has achieved this 4 times in his first 5 seasons as a starter. Mahomes has now joined Tom Brady, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, and Peyton Manning. By doing so, his name is now forever a part of the list of these NFL greats. Does this mean he's 2022's MVP? After his win against the Broncos, Mahomes kept the heat on the Bills for the number 1 seed. Mahomes recorded 29 of 42 passes for 328 yards, with 3 touchdowns and an interception. Week 17 is where it'll all be decided. The Bills and Bengals, which essentially means Josh Allen against Joe Burrow, close out Week 17. They are the biggest competition for Mahomes in the MVP race. While both of them are unlikely to climb past Mahomes, a Chiefs loss in Week 18 could open the door for them. Entering the game, Allen is plus 1,000 and Burrow is plus 750 to win. What do NFL peers think about the legend in the making? Marlon Briscoe, the magician, said in an interview that every time he watches Mahomes play, it's like he's getting better and better. He told the media in this interview that he is definitely someone to watch out for on the field, because he goes to a different place in his head when he's out there. Even Peyton Manning is a huge fan of Mahomes. He said in a podcast that the throws he manages and the pace of his play is impressive. Manning maintained that for him, Mahomes is a very entertaining player to watch because of his unorthodox ways. Ex-teammate Tyrann Mathieu believes that Mahomes is one of those players that the team can always count on outside of the magnificent plays he makes. He even said that Kansas City needed to retain him, whatever the cost, because he's just that good. Following that, is Mahomes really being taken for granted? With every promising star comes the very weird fact that viewers get used to their undeniably great performances. What would be a huge feat in another player's career becomes routine or even expected of those that display greatness, almost like it's a walk in the park. Let's give you an example. Mahomes showcased a performance of such magnitude against Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their last showdown, it could have birthed at least 6 mega points open for discussion, both closing and opening debates that could have carried through for a while. Getting sweet revenge on the team that beat you in a Super Bowl? That sounds like a great story. Getting that revenge on the very field where the first defeat was dealt makes it even better, doesn't it? Outplaying the greatest quarterback in history easily and getting your well-earned props from him, closing the deal with a gorgeous touchdown move sprinkled with a bit of basketball background and showmanship. This just keeps getting better, right? No, because if we're really looking at it, that's the only party that dominated most talks happening about it. In our opinion, Mina Kimes has done the best job at explaining what's going on. We're all literally giving Mahomes the LeBron treatment. Greatness from someone that shows greatness consistently becomes routine. With Mahomes having achieved this now, we think this was a long time coming, considering his past record in college. He's been showing signs of greatness for years, so here's a recap of the many times anyone could have said this guy is going to make it to the top. Also, destined for greatness. Patrick Mahomes is the son of MLB pitcher Pat Mahomes. For those of you who don't know about this, the prolific quarterback played basketball, baseball, and football at the same time, and went to college to play both baseball and football. It was in college that he decided to focus on football, even though there's a great chance he would have ended up being just as great of a pitcher had he chosen to play baseball like his dad. Mahomes still believes his pitching training and hooping improved his quarterback skills. Anyone who's watched him play will agree that his background in other sports is what gives him a fresh style. In football, he had 50 passing touchdowns, 4,619 passing yards, 15 rushing touchdowns, and 948 rushing yards as a senior. In baseball, he threw a no-hitter with 16 strikeouts in a game his senior year. It was clear early on that he was going to be an elite-level athlete one day. On to college football, the precursor to NFL greatness. Junior year was the year Patrick Mahomes decided to quit baseball and focus fully on his football. The performances he had recorded in the last 2 years at college were enough to show him his potential future in the game. Mahomes had a very productive junior season. In September, he averaged 442.5 passing yards per game, which included a 540-yard game against Arizona State. While rushing for 4 touchdowns, Mahomes passed for 18 touchdowns to 3 interceptions. Unfortunately, the Raiders dropped 3 consecutive games to finish outside of bowl eligibility. In his final game, Mahomes finished with 586 passing yards and 6 touchdowns, which found him leading the country in yards per game with 421, passing yards at 5,052, and total offense amounting to 5,312. He was responsible for 318 points and 53 total touchdowns. Given annually to the nation's top college passer, Mahomes was awarded the Sammy Baugh Trophy and was named an academic All-American second team by the College Sports Information Directors of America. After this, it looked like it was time. Mahomes announced that he'd forego his last year at college to join the NFL draft. Basically, Patrick Mahomes, the rise. Due to his insane college performance, Mahomes was predicted to be a first-round draft pick. The Kansas City Chiefs picked him up in the first round as a 10th overall pick, and the rest is history. Against the Oakland Raiders in a Week 17 game, Mahomes became the second quarterback in NFL history to throw for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns, and cemented himself as one of 7 players in NFL history with 5,000 passing yards in a season. He became the first Chief since 1996 to lead the league in passing touchdowns, all while leading the Chiefs to a 12-4 record and their 3rd straight division title. The seasons that followed looked more of the same. In 2019, he closed his season with 4,031 yards and 29 touchdowns with only 5 interceptions. Mahomes helped lead the Chiefs to their 4th consecutive division title, 2nd consecutive 12-4 record, and first-round bye. The 2020 season saw Mahomes become the youngest quarterback to start in 3 straight AFC championships and was named the top-ranked player in the NFL by his peers on the NFL Top 100 Players of 2021. 2021 saw him join Pro Football Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Mahomes managed to finish his regular season with 37 touchdowns, 4,839 yards, a 98.5 quarterback rating, and 13 interceptions. Our predictions for Mahomes in 2023. In his 6 years in the league, Patrick Mahomes has already been to 2 Super Bowls, won 1, and has a well-stocked trophy case. And in 2023, he's going to make some pretty impressive history. The question for next year will be, how close can he get to the 6,000-yard mark? Mahomes' career average so far is 304 yards. For him to be on pace for 6,000, he'd have to average about 353 yards per game. It's very possible that we never see a player reach that number, but if anyone's going to reach it, it'll be him. It only makes sense because the leagues also added another game into the regular season. Safe to say that it will be insanely exciting to watch Mahomes go for this one too. The greatness has been a long time coming, as you must agree now, but whose fault is it if he really is being taken for granted? Finally, Mahomes is judged by his own standards. In our opinion, it's Mahomes himself who is to blame. The man is too good too often for it to be exceptional or noteworthy in the eyes of the public when he does it again and again. The smaller feats and little moments of spark were largely ignored in the primetime masterpiece between a well-rounded team and their rivals. This happens across all sports, and we'll name a few of these athletes just to give you a hint. LeBron, Kobe, MJ, Ronaldo, Messi, and the list goes on. And let's be honest, when it comes to recording 35 passing touchdowns in a season, it's only a matter of time until he holds the record. When it's all said and done, it won't just be Mahomes holding the record, but in our projections of his career, he will own the record by a significant margin. That's a wrap for this video. Do you think Patrick Mahomes has what it takes to become an all-time great in the NFL? And what do you think about the notion that his talent is being taken for granted? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.
Well, this last year, until that final whistle